Lisbon has so many options for vegans and vegetarians. There are hundreds of listings on HappyCow, and it can actually get quite confusing. The sunny weather, the happy people, and the delicious food makes Lisbon one of our favorite European cities. We hope that you like it as well. Our first meal was at the Green Affair. This place was packed on a weekday night and it was absolutely buzzing. When you see a place like this, you can't help but feel excited about the vegan scene. The starters were all good. The gyoza was tasty. The bruschetta was our favorite. The pesto was so good. And the massive pile of rockets gave it a nutty flavor and made every bite interesting. The spinach fritters were perfectly seasoned and fried. And it came with a delicious dip that we licked clean. The star of the show and our single favorite dish in Lisbon was the lagareiro. Portugal and Spain are known for their simple seafood and potato baked dishes. The lagareiro is one such dish, and it was so damn tasty. The staff was super friendly and every single dish we ordered had something special about it. We loved our meal here. VeganEats is a lovely shop run by a lovely couple. A fellow patron suggested that we try the chocolate cake for breakfast. We were not sure, but we went ahead. And oh man, was she right. It was an old school cake in the sense that it was just a single layer of cake with a thin layer of ganache on top. So simple and so delicious. When I spoke to the owners, they said this shop was built on this chocolate cake, and I can believe that. Kong is one of the highest rated spots in Lisbon. We started with a Francesinha. They call the Francesinha a heart attack on a plate. It's a sandwich loaded with salami, chorizo, and sausage. Then it's wrapped in cheese, and then a hot tomato sauce is poured over it to melt the cheese. We loved it. We ordered a salad just to balance things out a little bit. There was a Nutella-inspired cake that was really good as well. As usual, the service was friendly and we had a great time. We had a couple of lovely meals at MOKO. The bacon and cheese puff pastry was Vidhi's favorite. It's the kind of thing that we don't get back home, which always makes it feel a bit more special. The salmon open toast with cream cheese, cucumbers, and wasabi mayo was my favorite. The wasabi mayo added that wow factor that you're looking for when you're traveling. The seitan, mushroom, and spinach empanada was great. The tofu and pesto croissant sandwich looked amazing, but it was a bit of a disappointment. The tofu was under-seasoned, and the other stuff was just way better. We packed the chocolate croissant for one of our many picnics in the city. Overall, we had two lovely meals here. We loved the vibe at Tataoim. The balcony outside was bright and colorful and had been painted by a friend of the owners. The tapioca flatbread was interesting. The fillings were tasty, but we found the bread to be slightly dry. Next up was the moqueca, which is a chickpea curry with rice. Surprisingly, the star of the show here was the banana. We were worried about the combination of a sweet fruit in a savory curry, but it worked out really well. There was a Brazilian influence in the vibe, the food, and the music. It's great when you get to try out a new cuisine that you haven't tried out before. And it's always so crazy how similar and how different all the food all over the world is. In India, we have so many variations of coconut curries, chickpea curries, and even using banana in savory dishes. But here, it was put together in a way that made it feel new and unique. The Pasteis de Nata is the Eiffel Tower of Lisbon, the must-do item on every travel plan. But for me, it did not quite live up to the hype. I blame the hype 100% and not the pastry. The pastry was good, It was a simple pastry with some custard and cinnamon. It was hot and fresh, and I can see why I might fall in love with it if it was something I've had since I was a kid. But in that moment, it was just alright. Plant-based is all about good food served fast. If you want a junk food fix, then this is your place. Usually, when we've had tacos, there's an equal balance of protein and salad elements like salsa or guac. These tacos were different. They were loaded with mock meat and then topped with just a few onions. I loved it. It was so simple and satisfying. Vidhi would have preferred more vegetables though. The pizza was really good. This is the fastest that a pizza has ever reached our table. The crust was great and the toppings were tasty. We really enjoyed it. This place was buzzing. But since it was so crowded, the service was quite slow. The keto tacos were our favorite. The mushrooms were delicious, but the portion size was quite small, and we were quite hungry by then. The katsu curry was good, but not great. The runny sauce was not what we were expecting. Portugal was the first country to insist that all public institutions have at least one vegan offering on their menu. At most restaurants, you'll find at least a couple of vegan options. You'll also find non-dairy milk options wherever you go. We had visited the gorgeous MAAT museum, and it felt great that we could savor the architecture and the beautiful view with an iced cappuccino. The McDonald's has a McPlant option. The Subway had a couple of options as well. We got this vegan flavor of Ben & Jerry's almost everywhere we went. Life happens. So it's nice to know that you can rely on these places for a couple of quick and easy meals. My favorite aspect of the food in Lisbon was how savory and well seasoned everything was. The salt level was much closer to what you'd find in Asian food. We loved every aspect of our trip here. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and please subscribe if you enjoyed the video.